today is our regular lunch and learn. Now, we were having some Wi-Fi issues. So if we get tossed off, it's because we had some communication breakdown with the internet provider this week. And so we've got some technical difficulties, but hopefully we'll get right through this without any problem whatsoever. So we want to continue our discussion on the infrared sauna. Now, we talked about this last week. I went through this whole what it's doing for me. Okay, we have had different people coming in and being guinea pigs for me, and I had put out on Facebook, if you wanted to do this, then that would be fine. And we had some people that raised their hand and they came in, and so we were able to really document the evidence that we're seeing. So I'm excited about that. If you were watching last week, or if you want to continue the story on how my results are when we first started, and this is one of the parameters that the heart rate variability monitor gives us, and we're going to, when you come in to do the sauna, we're going to do that because we want you to know where you are and we want you to know how the sauna helps you. So when we started this, I started this on June the 12th or thereabouts, and my biological age was 47. Now, we talked about last week how your biological age and your physical age are different, okay? If you're watching some of these commercials on TV and they're talking about your telomeres and all that kind of stuff, the older you get, the shorter your telomeres are, and so they're measuring that when they're measuring your biological age. So we've got chronological age and we've got biological age. So my chronological age is still the same at 63, okay, but my biological age today, well, this was Monday, is 39. And so I'm just getting younger and younger from doing the sauna. And so this is something that I'm really excited about, because we're going to talk today about the different functions in your body that a sauna is going to help with. Now, there are 3 types of infrared waves. The sauna that we have has all 3 of them. It is a full spectrum infrared sauna. Okay, so near infrared combines heat and light. It's also known as phototherapy, which is absorbed just below the surface of the skin to promote healing and revitalization. It is believed to be best for wound healing and to increase your immune function, all right? Mid-infrared uses slightly longer wavelengths than the near infrared to penetrate deeper into the body's tissues to increase circulation, release oxygen, and reach injured areas. This range of waves is said to promote muscle relaxation, and don't we all just need that, right? The far infrared is the longest wavelength emitting light in the far infrared range. Some research suggests that this type of wavelength can eliminate toxins, stimulate the metabolism, and offer cardiovascular benefits. So that's what we want to talk to you today about, why we want to do the sauna and why we brought it into the clinic. Now, a lot of times, most of the time, we will talk to you about supplements. We've got these great supplements that are going to help with these issues that you have. Why do we have issues? We have issues because we are not nourished at the cellular level. Now, we've talked about this, but I just want to remind you that the nutrient density of our food is probably 60% of what it was back in the 1960s. So this is important because we're eating less nutrient-dense food. We're also eating more genetically modified foods. Now, I saw on a news blurb today, I think it was this morning, that there is a factory opening up that is going to produce non-meat meat. Now, to me, that's just an oxymoron. It's meat or it's not meat. If it's not meat, then it's a plant, right? But somebody has decided that meat, the way God made it, is just not good enough, and they need to have synthetic meat made out of plants. Anything that you're going to do to a plant to make it taste like meat is going to have some modifications that are not going to be healthy. It's just like with the soft drinks that are sweetened with something other than sugar, natural sugar. That is a synthetic chemical that your body does not recognize, and so your body does not know how to process it, and therefore it is dangerous and not good for you. And so I'm just not I don't know why anybody would want to eat something that tastes like meat that's not meat. I'm just saying. I just don't understand that. I know it's all about vegetarianism, and I have my own views on that as well. And so we're not going to talk about that because I've had tons of podcasts and videos on that, and you can go ahead and watch that if you're interested. So one of the things that this far infrared sauna does, near, far, mid, all the full spectrum, one of the reasons we brought that in is because we know that people have aversion sometimes to taking supplements. They just don't like it. It's a hassle. They don't want to do that. And we also suggest lifestyle modifications. This sauna is a lifestyle modification. It's something that you come in, we want you to do it optimally 2 times a week, but you can't actually do it 4 times a week and still be healthy. But these are some of the benefits that we're finding, and this is backed by research. So we are all exposed to hundreds of toxic chemicals every day. Many of the specific toxins are found in our blood and fat samples, right? This is found in 100% of the population, right? Everybody is toxic at some level. Why is that? Well, because we live not in nature. We live inside buildings. We live with synthetic furniture. We live with synthetic clothes, fabrics, all that kind of thing. And so we are not grounded, and we're exposed to all this toxicity. These toxins contain cellular and DNA damaged particles, right? So we don't want to be walking around with cellular damage and DNA damage. It damages the nervous system, the brain, and it increases your risk of dementia. It disrupts the endocrine system. Now, what is your endocrine system? Your endocrine system are all the glands in your body that produce hormones. So that would be your thyroid, your parathyroid, your adrenals, your hypothalamus, your pituitary, your pancreas, your ovaries, your testicles. All of those glands produce a hormone. And so these toxins disrupt those endocrine processes. And so detoxification helps with that. It also causes metabolism issues. Now, we saw last week, if you didn't watch last week's video, then go and watch that, because we put the slides in there of this HRV measurement tool. And you can see how metabolic rate increase. So what happens if your metabolic rate increases? That means you're going to repair your cells faster, more easily. You're going to use more energy when you move around, and it's going to aid weight loss if that's one of your goals. So we know that here in the United States, I think it's 2 out of 3 people are overweight. I think it's 1 out of 3 is morbidly obese, right? And we've talked about this. If you are overweight, it's not necessarily the foods that you're choosing. It's more properly the toxicity that you're carrying around, because if you're not processing it through the body absorbs it into your fat cells, and the fat cells get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you get obese because you have all of this toxicity. So this infrared sauna helps to detoxify that, helps to release that, helps to speed up your metabolism. That is just all around good. And it feels good too. The research shows that toxins have been proven to be excreted in the sweat, even when the levels are undetectable in the blood, proving that our body uses sweat to actively rid itself of these toxins. Now, we talk to people all the time, and they will say, I never sweat. Well, that's just not a good thing. And they think it's something like, I get the prize because I never sweat. But sweating is one of the ways, that's one of your 4 major detoxification pathways, that you release toxicity out of the body so that you can stay healthy. Your hormones are going to cause your sweat to smell a certain way. So if your hormones are out of range, you can notice that your sweat changes, okay, the odor of your sweat. If you are clean on the inside, you're not going to have too bad of a odor with your sweat. So I don't know if you know that, but if you eat right, you eat clean, then you're going to deodorize your body, and all of your bodily functions are just not going to be noxious at all. And so that's always a good thing. So if you are someone that does not sweat, then your internal organs are having to work harder in getting out the toxic material. So we do want to encourage sweating. The infrared sauna does that. Now, when you are in the sauna, my husband says to make sure that I tell you this, because most people are going to think of the sauna at the gym that is steam. This is not steam. This is dry. And so it is, you get into this little contraption. It's like a tent, but it's stronger than a tent. But you get into this, your head is out. That's so you can breathe more easily. I like that. I don't like my head to be hot. Anyway, you get in this, and there are light panels in the sauna that push that infrared light toward your body. It heats up your body. It encourages your body to sweat. But it's not an ugly heat. It's not a stifling heat. It's not a heat like a wet heat, like a humid heat. It's not like that. So it's very, very comfortable, and it's very, very relaxing. So besides detoxification, what does it do? It helps with your cardiovascular benefits. What does that mean? That means it helps with hypertension. It helps with the way your heart functions. It helps with your circulation. And so this is really, really important, because cardiovascular disease is the #1 cause of death in high-income countries like the United States. So if we could get all of our cardiovascular people, the people that are having hypertension, the people that have, cardiovascular AFib, all that kind of stuff, if we can get them into the sauna, then that's going to help with that circulatory issue. Now, I must say, if you have a pacemaker or you have a defibrillator, you are not a candidate for the sauna. You're just not. It can mess with you, and we're not going to take that risk. And so you would have to have that signed off by your medical doctor. If he thinks it's safe for you to do that, then of course we want to do that. But that's one of the things that we have on our paperwork, that we're not going to let you get in that sauna without a doctor's release if you've got a pacemaker or a defibrillator. Or, ladies, if you are pregnant, I do not want you in the sauna. And so we ask you to sign a little disclaimer form that says you don't have a pacemaker or a defibrillator and you are not pregnant. Now, guys, you just have to say that you don't have a pacemaker or a defibrillator, because we know that you're not going to be pregnant, okay? So virtually all adults have some kind of cardiovascular problem. It may not be diagnosed, but because of all the toxicity that we have in the world, we all are under, we're compromised in our cardiovascular system. It says that the cardiovascular far infrared sauna benefits are dramatic and proven by dozens of studies. The far infrared sauna therapy lowers blood pressure and has been shown to reverse the signs of heart disease and significantly reduces your risk of death from all cardiovascular causes. So this is really, really important. We've got supplements that we use that help lower blood pressure and that kind of thing. Not that we treat the blood pressure per se, because we can't do that, because we're not medical doctors. We're holistic. And so we look at the vibrational frequency of the body. What is the body missing? We give you those nutrients. Your body then modulates your blood pressure accordingly. And so things just get better. But the sauna helps it get even better, all right? The infrared sauna benefits also include increased fitness. Now, for all of us older people, right, they say that as you get older, that you're going to lose your mobility, you're going to lose your flexibility, you lose your ability to make muscle and that kind of thing. And that's just not quite true. It might be a little bit more difficult. A lot of us are not consuming the right amino acids to build muscle. A lot of us are just lazy and we don't take the time or the effort to exercise, all right? But the saunas have been shown to increase exercise tolerance and speed muscle recovery. It promotes muscle growth. So if you're feeling weak, if you're feeling fragile, then this would be something that you might want to think about to help increase your muscles and your energy stamina when it comes to exercise and even moving around in your daily life. If you suffer from a lot of fatigue, you're going to find a benefit on this sauna. They also, as we said, increase metabolism and get rid of the toxins in the body that promote obesity, assisting in weight loss. They've been shown to increase the result of exercise, so that when a far infrared sauna is used in conjunction with exercise, you will see more results in a faster, shorter time. So everybody's also, wanting to do that. They want to come in and lose 20 pounds overnight. And by the way, if you have seen those ads on Facebook that says somebody lost 70 pounds in 2 weeks, I'm just telling you, that is not, I was going to say not possible. It might be possible, but it's not healthy for sure. And so I don't think any medical doctor is going to sign off on that. So beware of that. I'm not a fan of that. But we all do. When we want to lose weight, we want to lose weight, and we want to lose weight quickly. We have seen that using the sauna, you can lose 2 to 3 pounds or more per week. But 2 to 3 pounds is pretty much what we're seeing. And so when have you ever been able to do that, right? So you've got to eat right. You've got to do the things that you know to do. But the sauna is going to help you do that just a little bit faster. The infrared sauna also decreases pain and inflammation. Now, every chronic sickness, every chronic disease is based on inflammatory processes in the body. Inflammation is the body saying, hey, immune system, I've got something wrong. Turn up the heat. Let's get this taken care of. So an inflammatory process by itself is not necessarily a bad thing. When you get a germ, when you get a virus, your body's going to mount an inflammatory response called what? A fever. The fever is going to burn up the virus. It's going to burn up the bacteria, and that's a good thing. When the bacteria virus is gone, we don't need that fever anymore. The fever is going to come down. And so it is a situational thing where we have an inflammation response, which is a good, healthy immune response. But then when the invader is taken care of, the immune response just quietens back down. That's normal. That's healthy. What we have with chronic disease is the immune function comes up and it stays up. So it's inflamed. There's no release. So the body has to do other things to compensate for that. And that's how you get chronic sickness, chronic disease, which if it's not taken care of, is then going to go into autoimmune disease, and then it will go into a cancerous situation. That's what happens when inflammation is left unchecked, all right? So this is something that we can do something about. If you are looking at your blood work, you want to look at your values on C-reactive protein, and you want to look at your histamine reactions. A lot of times the doctors don't even do that. Why don't they do that? Well, because they know with all their patients that have chronic diseases, they're going to have a high histamine level, they're going to have a high C-reactive protein level. We don't want that because that is a sign of inflammation, and inflammation left unchecked is deadly. So nearly every disease is caused or worsened by inflammation. We said that. Anti-inflammatory benefits of far infrared sauna therapy can improve the symptoms of virtually every chronic disease. Autoimmune diseases, arthritis, and fibromyalgia have been shown to be significantly improved with far infrared sauna use. So this has been statistically proven in studies. It's not just my word for it. You can go on PubMed and you can look at that, and you can make your own decision of something that we want to bring to you, because we're all about holistic health, and that includes what you eat. It includes what you wear, it includes your lifestyle, and this is just another therapy that we're bringing into the clinic to help you to achieve your health goals. Now, of course, I'm getting on up there, mid-60s now, and so longevity is a big deal for me. So the leading cause of mortality in high-income countries is heart disease, stroke, Alzheimer's, and cancer, right? Heart disease is the first, stroke is second, Alzheimer's, and then cancer. Now, of anything that scares me on this list, it's Alzheimer's. Now, why would that be? Because a brain is a terrible thing to waste. I don't remember who did that on a commercial years ago, but, I've always been a thinker. I've always been a someone who just prizes the way your brain works and did not want to do anything to hamper that. I remember being a teacher, and I had a sophomore ask me, well, Miss Heil-Mealey, why don't you do drugs? And it's like, because I value my brain and I don't want to have anything go on with that. So as we get older, we know that the body manufactures beta amyloid plaques, right? We know that. We know that that is something that it has been proven that the curcuminoids in turmeric can help with that. All right, so we know that that is one thing that we can do, and we've got products to help with that. But also getting into the infrared sauna, don't know how that works like that, but it will work against Alzheimer's. And here are some of the statistics on that. It says that the diseases of aging, all resulting from slow malfunction of our cells just kind of decline little by little as we get older. Why is that? Because those telomeres shorten, right? Biological age, chronological age, it's all connected. They malfunction in our cells over time due to oxidative damage. Now, what is oxidative damage? Think about rust, okay? When you take a piece of metal and you leave it outside in the elements, it's pretty much going to be okay, and then slowly over time it's going to start to rust, right? We can put coatings on, we can sand it, we can do all the things that we can do, but any metal left to itself is probably going to rust. Well, oxidative damage is what happens when we start rusting on the inside, right? We don't want to do that, but it's part of the aging process. So far infrared therapy has been shown to not only reduce the risk of heart disease and dementia, it has been shown at the cellular level to reduce oxidative stress, and in some cases completely restore the viability of damaged cells. So that is a cool thing. If you can go in and reverse the damage to those cells, then you're not going to have sickness and disease, and that's what we want. The far infrared sauna has benefits on your brain cells as well, and your mental health. The benefits are numerous and they are profound. Not only have far infrared saunas been shown to improve mood and symptoms of depression and anxiety, but they have been shown to drastically reduce the risk of dementia and neurodegenerative disease. So it has been a hard 18 months with the COVID and all that kind of stuff. People are stressed, people are depressed, people are anxious. I mean, we've got all of that going on in spades because of where we're living and what's going on. We, in my household, we've turned off the local news. Why is that? Because I was tired of hearing code red every day whenever we were looking at the statistics, and the statistics were showing that the rate of infection was going down, down, down. We were still hearing from the politicians that we were still in a code red, and it was making me crazy, and it was affecting my anxiety, which I don't normally have. And so just self-care, I turned off the news. So just gonna throw that out there. But the infrared sauna helps with depression, it helps with brain fog, it helps with anxiety, and it helps, as I said, protect against neurodegenerative disease. That is brain disease. So you've got Alzheimer's, you've got dementia, you've got Parkinson's, you've got probably other things I don't even know about, right? We don't want to have that. And so if this therapy that takes 30 minutes, you can do an hour, and if you're really a pro at it, you can do an hour and a half, okay? But we start everybody out just at 30 minutes to see how you do, to get you acclimated, and then you go up as you're able to. But here are some of the statistics with Alzheimer's. It is the most common neurodegenerative disorder, and it is seen in 33% of people over the age of 85. That's 1 in 3, okay? So that's, if there's 3 of you sitting in the room and you're all over 85, guess what? 1 of you's got it. So it's pretty prevalent. may not be prevalent in our peer group because we're not quite that old, but you know, with a little bit of planning and good eating and all that kind of stuff, we're going to get to be that old. I mean, I said it out loud, I'll say it out loud again. I think I want to live to where I'm 120, but I don't want to live to 120 with Alzheimer's. I don't want to live to 120 with a body that's not working the way I need it to work. And so this is a way, this is a therapy that I can use to increase my metabolism, get rid of inflammation, clean out the brain, get my cardiovascular doing the way it needs to do. All of those things are going to help me live long, live strong, right? So 1 in 3 has Alzheimer's disease over the age of 85. According to the World Health Organization, Alzheimer's disease is now the 3rd leading cause of mortality in the United States. A large long-term study found that the frequency of sauna use is inversely related to the risk of developing dementia, and showed as much as a 66% decrease in dementia with frequent sauna use. Now, I'm just telling you, if I'm knowing that as I'm getting older that I have a 1 in 3 chance of developing dementia, I'm going to be in that sauna 2 or 3 times a week in order to make sure that that does not happen to me. And that's an easy thing. It's 30 minutes out of my day. It's not that big of a time commitment, and it feels good. It's not like, I mean, I'm just going to be honest, going to the gym does not feel good to me. Okay, it's important for flexibility and all that kind of stuff, and we highly recommend it. But this is another thing that you can do in order to get where you need to be. The final couple of things I want to say, because I know my time is running out, is that heat therapy in the sauna has been shown to boost the immune system and increase our resistance to infections. Regular sauna users have up to a 44% decreased risk of pneumonia. So that's huge. Older people, what do they have? They have respiratory issues. They have pneumonia. They have walking pneumonia. With this COVID mess, we've got one of the side effects to that, or one of the complications to that, is post-COVID pneumonia. And so regular sauna use reduces that pneumonia risk by 44%. So that is a pretty high risk reduction there. All right, the final thing I want to say is that far infrared sauna benefits include suppressed skin aging. Okay, I like that. I don't want to get older. I don't want to get lines in my face. I don't want to have all those wrinkles. I'm just being honest out there, okay? So infrared sauna benefits include suppressed skin aging, improved water holding capacity in the skin. That means skin moisture. If your skin is moist and it keeps all that, then you're going to be plump and you're going to look young and you're going to do the best you can with what you got. It also has improved circulation and faster healing. So for me, all of this is really, really important because this is something I'm still going to do my diet the way I'm supposed to. I'm still going to do my herbs the way I'm supposed to. I'm still going to do my exercise the way I'm supposed to. But I'm increasing and including this far infrared sauna because it's just got so many benefits. Now, you're going to say, oh, but Dr. Polly, I go to the gym and I do the sauna there, or I go to this spa place and I do the sauna there. And good for you. I'm glad you do. Ask these questions. Ask if they have tested or if they have documentation that their sauna has 0 emitting EMFs. What are EMFs? EMFs are electromagnetic frequencies, and saunas have a high incidence of releasing those. Those are going to counteract all the benefits that we've been talking about. Our sauna is one of the best that you can get, and it has 0 EMF, okay? No emitting electromagnetic frequencies, and that's what you want to do, okay? You want to make sure that where you're going, they have the best scientifically available equipment, and they make sure that all the bases are covered in that no EMF. They've got the full spectrum of the infrared rays so that you get every benefit that's available for you. So if you have any questions, pop them in the box. We do have the sauna here. We do have people coming in. It's a fabulous thing. We do have specials going on. We do have packages going on where we've reduced the fee by, in some cases, 20%. And so we're trying to make it easy for you to do that. You do have to have an appointment. You're not able just to come in and do it because why? Because we have to make sure that there's nobody there before you, okay? One of the things that you do need to do is you do need to commit. This is one of the things that we ask you, that once you're through with your sauna, that you sit in our lobby for 15 minutes and you drink the water we give you so that we're able to get you back to where you need to be. You're not overheated, your heart rate kind of calms down, all that kind of stuff, so that you're able to go back and face the world, okay, without getting lightheaded and that kind of thing because you've been in intense heat. Again, it's not an unpleasant heat by any stretch of the imagination. It's very pleasant, but if you're going to be out and about and doing what you need to be doing, then I need to make sure that you're well hydrated. I need to make sure that your body temperature is coming down to where it needs to be. So that's we do that for your precaution, and we do that because we just love taking care of you. Make sure when you call, when you come in, that you come in hydrated because you will sweat. You will sweat a lot. Okay, so I know it's icky, nobody likes to do that, but we've got towels and baby wipes and all that kind of thing for you, and so it's going to be a great experience. So give us a call and we'll help you out. If you need any more information, let us know. We'll be talking about this maybe another time. So it is the weekend. Enjoy yourself, do some self-care, and think about what you can do to improve your own mental health and protect against cognitive disease, protect against cardiovascular events, because that's really, really important. Love you guys. I'll see you next week.